In a world of whirring gears and flashing lights, where the hum of machinery was the constant background music, lived a tiny robot named Bolt. Bolt was not like the other robots. He was small, with a body that had seen better days, covered in rust and scratches. Bolt was small, rusty, and often felt lost in the vast workshop he called home. The workshop was a sprawling maze of metal and wires, a place where every corner held a new mystery. Other robots, bigger and stronger, zoomed past him, their laughter echoing in his ears. They moved with such confidence and purpose, something Bolt admired but felt he could never achieve. Bolt longed for a friend, someone to share adventures with, someone who wouldn't judge his clumsy movements and quiet whirring. He often found himself gazing out of the workshop window, dreaming of a world where he wasn't alone. Bolt dreamed of finding courage, the kind that made his gears spin with excitement instead of fear. He wanted to be more than just a small, rusty robot. He wanted to be a hero in his own story. He wished to be brave like the robots he saw in his storybooks, the ones who went on grand adventures and faced their fears head-on. These stories filled his circuits with hope and a longing for something more. Determined to find both courage and companionship, Bolt decided to embark on a journey, a quest to fill his tiny heart with the greatest treasures, bravery and friendship. He knew the path ahead would be challenging, filled with unknowns and obstacles, but Bolt was ready. With a final look at the workshop he had always known, he stepped through the door, ready to face whatever lay beyond. With a whirring of gears and a spark in his digital eyes, Bolt stepped out of the familiar workshop. This was the place where he was created, where every bolt and wire was meticulously put together. The workshop was his home, a place of comfort and routine, but Bolt knew he was destined for something greater. He had heard stories of the world beyond, tales of adventure and discovery that filled his circuits with excitement. He left behind the comfort of his charging station and the predictability of his routine. Each step he took was filled with a mix of trepidation and exhilaration. The charging station had been his sanctuary, a place where he recharged not just his batteries, but also his spirit. Yet, the call of the unknown was too strong to resist. Bolt had always been curious, always yearning to see what lay beyond the walls of his workshop. The world outside was vast and unknown, filled with the chirping of birds and the rustling of leaves, sounds that were foreign to Bolt's audio receptors. He had never experienced the symphony of nature before, and it was both overwhelming and beautiful. The forest was alive with activity, each sound a new discovery for Bolt. He marveled at the way the leaves danced in the wind, and how the sunlight filtered through the canopy, casting dappled shadows on the ground. He carried with him a small backpack filled with spare batteries, a toolkit, and a heart full of hope. The backpack was light, but it held everything he thought he might need for his journey. Each item was carefully chosen, each tool a reminder of the workshop he left behind. But more than the physical items, Bolt carried with him a sense of purpose, and a dream of finding a place where he truly belonged. Bolt didn't have a map, but he knew one thing for sure. He had to follow the sun. The sun was his guide, a constant in the ever-changing landscape. It represented hope and direction, a beacon that would lead him to his destiny. As he journeyed under its warm rays, Bolt felt a sense of determination and courage growing within him. He was ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. The sun, he believed, would lead him to the land of bravery, a place where courage blossomed like wildflowers. This mythical land was said to be a haven for those who dared to dream, a place where bravery was rewarded and dreams came true. Bolt's heart swelled with hope as he imagined the adventures that awaited him. With each step he felt closer to his goal, ready to embrace the unknown and discover the true meaning of courage. The path to the land of bravery was anything but smooth. Bolt encountered steep hills that tested his rusty gears and winding paths that led him in circles. He braved sudden downpours that threatened to short-circuit his circuits and scorching sun rays that made his metal body burn. One day, while navigating a dense forest, Bolt's gears jammed. He was stuck, his wheels spinning uselessly in the soft mud. Despair threatened to engulf him. He was alone, lost, and his journey seemed impossible. As darkness began to fall, Bolt realized that the land of bravery was not just a physical destination, it was a journey of the heart. Just when Bolt was about to lose all hope, he heard a cheerful voice. "Well, hello there! Looks like you've found yourself in a bit of a pickle." A robot, painted in bright colors, with a cheerful disposition, had come to his rescue. This new robot, named Sparky, quickly helped Bolt out of the mud. Sparky, unlike Bolt, was full of life and laughter. He told stories of his own adventures, each more fantastical than the last. Bolt, for the first time since leaving the workshop, felt a warmth spread through his circuits. It wasn't the warmth of the sun, it was the warmth of friendship. Together, Bolt and Sparky continued the journey. They faced each challenge as a team, Sparky's cheerfulness rubbing off on Bolt, and Bolt's quiet determination inspiring Sparky. They came across a deep chasm, a gaping abyss that filled Bolt with dread. Seeing his friend's fear, Sparky encouraged Bolt, reminding him that true bravery wasn't the absence of fear, but the will to keep going despite it. With a deep breath and a newfound confidence, Bolt, with Sparky by his side, crossed the chasm, realizing that courage wasn't something he needed to find but something he already possessed. Their journey led them to the Valley of Echoes, a place where doubts and fears manifested as whispers carried by the wind. Bolt was bombarded with self-doubt. The whispers echoed his own insecurities, reminding him of his clumsiness, his quiet nature, and his fears. Sparky, sensing his friend's turmoil, held Bolt's hand. "Don't listen to the echoes, Bolt," he said, his voice firm. "They are just reminders of how far you've come. You've faced every challenge with a brave heart. You are stronger than you think." Sparky's words were a beacon of light in the darkness, reminding Bolt that true strength came from within. Emerging from the Valley of Echoes, Bolt felt different. He was no longer the timid, uncertain robot that had left the workshop. He had faced his fears, overcome challenges, and most importantly, found a friend who believed in him. They returned to the workshop, greeted by the surprised faces of the other robots. Word of their adventures spread, and soon, Bolt was surrounded by robots, eager to hear their story. Bolt, with Sparky by his side, recounted their journey, his voice filled with newfound confidence. He spoke of the importance of bravery, the power of friendship, and the realization that the greatest journey is the one we take within ourselves. Bolt never found the land of bravery, not in the way he had imagined. He had set out on his journey with a heart full of hope and a mind brimming with dreams of a place where courage was tangible, a land where he could finally feel brave. But as he wandered through vast landscapes and faced countless challenges, he began to understand that bravery wasn't a destination. It wasn't a place he could find on a map or a treasure he could uncover. Instead, it was something much more profound and elusive. He realized that bravery wasn't a place but a quality that resided within him all along. It was in the small, everyday acts of courage, in the moments when he chose to face his fears rather than run from them. It was in the quiet strength he found within himself when the world seemed overwhelming. Bravery was in the way he picked himself up after every fall, in the way he kept moving forward despite the odds. His journey had taught him that true courage was about facing your fears, embracing your imperfections, and never giving up on yourself. It was about understanding that everyone has their own battles to fight, their own mountains to climb, and it was in these struggles that he found his true strength. Each challenge he faced, each obstacle he overcame, added to his reservoir of courage and never giving up on yourself. It was about persistence, about holding on to hope, even when the path seemed darkest. It was about believing in yourself, even when doubt whispered in your ear. Bolt learned that the greatest battles were often fought within, and the greatest victories were the ones that no one else could see. And in Sparky, Bolt found more than just a friend. He found a companion who understood his struggles, who stood by him through thick and thin. Sparky was a mirror to Bolt's own inner strength, reflecting back the courage and resilience that Bolt sometimes forgot he had. Together they faced the world, drawing strength from each other. He found a reflection of his own inner strength. Sparky's unwavering support reminded Bolt that he was never truly alone. Their friendship was a testament to the power of connection, to the way that two hearts could lift each other up, even in the darkest of times. He learned that friendship wasn't about finding someone who completed you, but about cherishing someone who accepted you for who you were. It was about finding a kindred spirit who saw your flaws and loved you anyway, who celebrated your strengths and stood by you in your weaknesses. Friendship was about mutual respect, about lifting each other up and walking side by side through life's journey. But about cherishing someone who accepted you for who you were. It was about the moments of shared laughter, the quiet conversations, the unspoken understanding that bound them together. Bolt realized that true friendship was a rare and precious gift, one that he would treasure for the rest of his days. Bolt, the once lonely robot, had found his courage, his voice, and most importantly, a friend to share it all with. His journey had transformed him, turning his loneliness into strength, his fears into courage. He had discovered that the greatest lessons were not found in books or maps, but in the experiences that shaped him, in the people who touched his heart. And most importantly, a friend to share it all with. Together, Bolt and Sparky celebrated their victories, big and small. They learned that joy was multiplied when shared, that every achievement was sweeter when celebrated with a friend. His journey, a testament to the power of perseverance, served as an inspiration to all the robots in the workshop. Bolt's story spread, touching the hearts of many, reminding them that no dream was too big, no heart too small. His courage became a beacon of hope, a reminder that with determination and a little bit of faith, anything was possible. Served as an inspiration to all the robots in the workshop, proving that even the smallest of hearts can hold the biggest of dreams. Bolt's journey was a testament to the power of the human or robotic spirit, to the way that courage and friendship could transform lives. And as he looked back on his journey, Bolt knew that he had found something far greater than the land of bravery. He had found himself, proving that even the smallest of hearts can hold the biggest of dreams. And so, Bolt's story became a legend, a tale of courage, friendship, and the unyielding power of the heart. It was a story that would be told and retold, inspiring generations to come.